Hi, Mike Royal, Technology Recruiter with Matrix. Today I want to talk about writing a technical resume. This is an art form. Not many people do it very well. First of all, know your audience. I think we all assume that our resumes go to someone who knows what they're doing. But the reality is, especially with the larger companies, that it's generally going to either an internal recruiter or maybe even an HR person. And these people, while they may be technical, they may not. They may have little to no understanding of technology. So you have to make sure that your resume sells to both the technical decision maker as well as possibly a non-technical HR type. So the key with that is to the job description. Most people make a big mistake. They read the job description and go, oh, I'm a fit, and they send their resume in. Well, it's really the backwards way to do it. What you really want to realize is there's a company that is absolutely screaming at you what to highlight in your resume if you just pay attention. They're telling you exactly what they're looking for in your resume. Now, as to the resume, realize that the most important part of the resume is the last 3 to 4 years of your work experience. That is what they're likely going to be making their decision on, is what you've been doing most recently, either in the last 3 to 4 years of work or your last 2 to 3 positions. So this is where you're going to want to do your selling, where you're going to do your marketing of your skills. If you had that experience, but it was 7 or 8 years ago, and that's a critical key skill, then you're probably not going to be considered for the position unless there's some other instance that could tie you back into the position. But for the most part, that'll be considered too dated. So with that in mind, what you want to design your resume is lots and lots of detail in the first couple of positions or the last 3 to 4 years worth of experience, and then you scale it back as you go further back in the resume. If you've got jobs that are 10, 15 years ago, you could probably get away with just listing the name of the company, the dates, and your job title, because those experiences are really not that valuable anymore, other than show how long you've been in IT or how long you've been a DBA or things like that. But really, they're going to be most interested in what you've been doing for the last 3 to 4 years. Another thing to think about, how were you a difference maker? If you can show why you're a difference maker, you're a leg up on anybody else that's probably applying for that job. Most people use the resume as just to list their chronological history of employment. Show where you can be a difference maker. Anything that you did that maybe increased revenue, decreased cost, or increased productivity and efficiency. And again, this is where you were personally responsible. And ideally, you'd want to show that information with a quantitative or qualitative metric, that you did an action that resulted in a certain increase or certain decrease in either in money or time or such like that. That's very powerful to put into a resume. I've also got a lot of other tips in the attached document, as well as a sample format resume that I think works very well for IT resumes. In that format, you'll see that it's basically each job has a paragraph. The idea that would never change. So therefore, if somebody got 2 copies of your resume, they're not going to feel like you're trying to mislead them. But that what is going to be customized is the bullets under each job. That's where you're going to do your selling. That's where you're going to point out things that would be of specific interest to them. Hope these tips help, and please be sure to review the documents attached. Thank you.